Jim Rohn didn't just give advice. He told stories that shook people to the core, simple tales that made you stop, reflect, and act. In this video, we bring you 10 of Jim Rohn's most powerful life stories, stories that changed lives and still echo today. Stay till the end. One of them might just change yours. Story 1. The set of the sail. Jim would say, "It's not the blowing of the wind that determines your destination, it's the set of your sail." This story reminds us that we all face the same winds. The difference is how we respond. Your attitude, your direction, that's what counts. Story 2. The girl who said no. In one seminar, Jim shared about a young woman who refused a toxic relationship. He said, her self-worth was stronger than her loneliness. It's a story about courage. Sometimes the most powerful growth begins with saying no. Story 3. The ant philosophy. Jim loved ants. Why? Because they teach us. Never quit, think winter, all summer, and think summer, all winter. It's a lesson in preparation, perseverance, and optimism, all from the tiniest creatures. Story 4. The empty bank account. Jim once found himself broke, with pennies in his pocket and promises he couldn't keep. He said, "That's when I looked in the mirror and said, this changes today." The story is a wake-up call. Responsibility is the first step to transformation. Story 5. The second suit. When Jim finally started making money, his mentor told him, "Buy a second suit, not for style, but for self-respect." This story teaches us that how we treat ourselves reflects how the world sees us. Story 6. The little boy and the pencil. A boy asked Jim for a pencil. Jim gave him 2 and said, "Give one to someone who needs it." A lesson in generosity. Even the smallest acts can ripple into something greater. Story 7. The magic of part-time. Jim started his business part-time while working full-time. He said, "Profits are better than wages." This story reminds us that dreams don't need to start big. They just need to start. Story 8. The room with the light. He once asked, "How do you get rid of darkness in a room?" You don't curse it. You turn on the light. This metaphor is a timeless truth. You don't fix negativity with more of it. You rise above it. Story 9. The newspaper test. Jim would say, "Would you be proud to see your decisions on the front page of a newspaper?" That story challenged people to live with integrity, especially when no one is watching. Story 10. The funeral speech. Jim once said, "The goal isn't to live forever. The goal is to create something that does." He told the story of a man whose funeral was packed, not because of his wealth, but because of how many lives he touched. The real legacy is impact. Which of Jim Rohn's stories hit you the hardest? Let us know in the comments. And if this video made you pause or reflect, consider sharing it with someone who needs it. You might just change their life.